Exactly do you expect us to do? Something up your sleeve, or else you wouldn't put us up to it.
The great astral spirit is an immense being, but its actual will does not run throughout its entire body. Rather, it is derived from the core. To destroy the core, the great spirit shall become unable to maintain sentience and return to being ordinary astral energy.
And how are we supposed to destroy that core?
By using the Renus Alma. You will also need the assistance of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. They are our best tools for suppressing and controlling astral energy. Using their powers, the Maiden shall seal the great astral spirit within her body, and the Sovereign shall wield the power of the Renus Alma to destroy it.
Hold on. That sounds a lot like what Xion described before.
Yeah, killing herself to take out the thorns with her.
She was actually right all along.
By my calculations, your powers combined should be sufficient to destroy the great astral spirit and disperse its energy widely enough to make it difficult to reform.
What will happen to the Maiden once we manage to beat the great astral spirit?
Any matter contained within the field of destruction shall be erased.
So it really will kill me.
This method is the most simple one available to destroy the Great Spirit, and is therefore our most reliable option.
What are our other options?
There is little reason to consider alternative courses of action when the most optimal among them is so clear.
You don't get it. I promised Xion that she wouldn't die, that we'd save the world without needing to sacrifice her. We didn't fight this whole time just to give up on her at the very end. If there's any other way to take out the Great Spirit, I want to hear it.
This plan shall lead to the fewest losses in preserving your world. Abandoning it is irrational. It is vital that you proceed with this plan. A part of Rena's great astral spirit already resides within her. 300 years ago, the Great Spirit descended upon Lenegis in an attempt to assume direct control of the spirit channeling ceremony. We have reason to believe the Great Spirit left part of itself behind, and that it now resides in the Maiden.
Which would make Alphen's earlier hypothesis correct.
That part inside the Maiden belongs to the core, and can be used by the great astral spirit to revive itself. So long as it remains, it will be all but impossible to fully eradicate the Great Spirit. That is why it is necessary for it to be vanquished only once it is whole. Without the Maiden's direct control over the Great Spirit, attacking it is futile, and will only serve to strengthen it.
No.
Wait. Naori said that the Renus Alma can suppress the self-realization of astral energy, and that the thorns could be neutralized by placing them in it. If so, can't the same also be done to the Great Spirit, seeing as the thorns are simply part of it?
Well, can it?
It is true that the Renus Alma is capable of what you suggest, and could contain the great astral spirit.
Yes!
However, it requires fine control on the level of the spirit channeling ceremony, considering that the Renus Alma was previously lost when that ceremony failed. I cannot allow it. Its uncertainty is simply too great.
What does that mean for us if you won't allow it?
Your starship will not be restored, and you will all be unable to leave here.
Why you?
Fine then. I'd rather stay here and rot than do it your way.
Alphen?
Whatever we do, if we mess up, Dana's screwed. The Great Spirit will destroy it. If you're fine letting that happen, and we have nothing to gain either way, then I'd rather do nothing. We want to stop Dana from getting destroyed. We want to save it. But not if it means having to sacrifice one of us in the process. If all you're gonna do is sit back and watch us where it's safe, then quit ordering us around and shut up!
Alphen.
What you say is irrational. Be that as it may, I shall accede to your demand.
You'll agree?
I am an observer. The Sovereign, Maiden, and Renis Alma are my species' greatest achievement. I wish to see how well they work against the Great Spirit in light of our demise by its hands.
But what are we supposed to do about the Renis Alma? One of your buddies ran off with it back on Lenegis.
It is likely that the Renis Alma is with the Great Spirit, functioning as a catalyst for it to receive Dana's astral energy.
So our only option to retrieve it is to head straight for the Great Spirit and take it back?
According to my observations, the astral energy is most densely concentrated in the center of Rena, where the Great Spirit's core is located.
So right in the middle of that giant...
I have one more question. You've said that Rena's great astral spirit is already integrated with the planet. What will happen to Rena once it vanishes?
Without the will of the Great Spirit, Rena is predicted to collapse. Even in such a scenario, the energy will disperse, and the Great Spirit will likely not reform.
So you're saying that even if we manage to beat the Great Spirit without destroying it, we'll still be in danger?
Likely, the collapse will occur in stages. It is recommended that you all escape before the final stage.
Man, I wish that thing would tell it to us straight for once.
Hevrek 35 in the icing from afar is all. Fix our starship. We're going to Rena.
Excellent.
But I want to make one thing clear. We're doing this for ourselves, to protect what matters to us. We're not doing it for your sake. Remember that.
It matters little to me. The end result shall be the same. Repair work on your starship has commenced. You'll have to wait until it's finished.
Man, is it too much to ask for Hevrek 35 to talk like a normal person?
Is the Renis Alma really our only hope against the Great Spirit? There has to be another way, right?
Shion's Fire Master Core was able to suppress astral energy to prevent it from gaining sentience, right? Couldn't we make use of that somehow?
I'm not sure. In small doses, maybe. But with the amount of energy we're talking about here...
Back in Calaglia, the Blazing Sword was able to take in a whole spirit vessel's worth of energy. If it has the capacity to manage that, it can do this, right?
Except after it absorbed the energy, it ended up releasing it all moments later, remember? Let's not forget, it nearly killed you. Besides, this is the Great Spirit we're talking about, not a paltry vessel. Even if I could use the Master Core, your body wouldn't be able to take the strain of channeling that much energy.
Hevrek 35 didn't mention it, and it did not seem the type to skimp on details. So assuming it's even possible, the chances are slim to none.
You're probably right.
You still thinking about what the scientists told us? About where Renans really come from?
I am, but not for myself.
You're worried about the future of the Renan people.
The fact that our people have been the same this whole time will only give the Danans further reason to resent us.
But you still intend to confront this truth head-on, don't you?
Well, I did declare that I would live my life for the living, and not the dead. Even as I dream of retirement, I shall remain dedicated to the cause.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Now that I think about it, I don't believe I've ever heard you criticize or reproach us Renans even once.
I'm no saint. I have skeletons in my closet too. There was definitely a time when I hated Renans for who they were. I hated them just for being Renan. But you changed that, Dohalim. You gave me an opportunity to see them in a different... Thanks to your reforms, we were able to stand next to Renans not as slaves, but as equals for the first time in our lives. Of course, I'm sure there were some Renans who still hated us on the inside. But we knew that not all of you were like that. There were those of you who were good, and that was a start. When it comes down to it, Renans are just people. They can be good or bad, just like Dahnans.
That is, in essence, the heart of your approach, isn't it? That we're all people.
Yeah, it is. When you can pull someone aside and talk to them one-on-one, then you have the chance to come to an understanding. But as soon as you stereotype, that chance goes away, and you stop thinking of them as people that you can relate to.
I understand what you're saying, but we're talking about massive numbers of Renans and Dahnans alike. Realistically speaking, surely they won't all be able to get along.
Even if we end up butting heads with one person, maybe we'll find better. If we can build a society that works like that, that'll be something worth nurturing.
So you wish for people to form real bonds and do away with the hierarchy outright? To deal with one another as humans, and nothing more? That's the ideal—
Yes, I do. Do you still plan to return to Lenegis when this is over?
Indeed I do. I don't know whether I'll be able to reside in Lenegis proper, however. My first order of business may be to find somewhere to live.
You'll always have a home in Menenseat.
As I shall ever keep in—
Well, if you ever need a helping hand, don't hesitate to come get me. Doe.
Did you just— Never mind. Thank you, Kisara. I appreciate your patience as I work all this out.
Don't even mention it. And really, when you think about it, now that we know the two of us aren't— Don't you think that brings down a barrier that used—
You know, but
Yeah.
Hey, why'd you call me here? Was there something—
Well, if everything we've heard about... So I wanted to apologize.
Apologize? For what?
I was being real stupid before. About whether Dana's will had been controlling us and all that. I get why you're angry now. Anybody would be if something they trusted was being... So, I'm sorry, Rinwell.
No, Law. Honestly, I think you might have been onto something. Of course you were worried. Who wouldn't be if they found out there might be some invisible force pulling our strings this whole time?
But you really trust Dana's will, don't you? Is it because you can...
Yeah, I think that, but I also want to believe it's good.
Believe?
Remember how I used to really resent coming from a family of mages?
Yeah, of course. Because you were always on the run and had to live in hiding.
When we rescued Zephyr and I finally decided to come along with you all, something changed inside me. It was the first time I felt like my powers had any meaning, even if that meaning was only helping you guys fight. Then, when I felt Dana's will, I was overwhelmed by how vast and warm it was. It made me want to believe my powers were made to connect with it. I had a bigger purpose.
So that's why you hope it doesn't turn out to be bad. You almost need it to be kind. Well, alright. Then I promise I'll lay off bad-mouthing it.
You will?
There's no way for me to know for sure one way or the other, right? But you trust it, Rinwell, and that's enough for me. So I'll trust it because you do.
Remember what I said about neither planet's great spirit reaching us here?
Yeah?
That's not quite true. I can feel just a little bit of Rena's inside you and everyone else.
You... what?
I sensed it when we first got here. It's a really small amount, so it doesn't feel like, but I think that's how Dana's energy probably is too.
So you're saying there's a little bit of Dana's will inside. In a way, doesn't that mean we're all Dana's will?
What?
Well, like you said, unless Dana's energy comes together, it has no will. So if we all have a little bit of Dana's astral energy inside us...
Yeah, maybe...
Heverick 35 might know the answer. But, you know what? I don't need to ask it. My will is my own. So thanks, Rinwell, for sharing that with me. To be honest, the only reason I was suspicious of... I feel like you and I had grown apart lately, and I was...
Huh?
Never mind.
Huh?
Saying? I don't remember
Come
saying
on.
anything.
Now you won't tell me what you were thinking?
No, that's not what I'm...
You sure you don't want to get some rest?
I can't. I've got too much on my mind. Especially knowing how close our last battle is. How are you doing, Xion?
Same as you, still trying to absorb everything.
Remember when it was so simple? We were only fighting all the lords on Dana? All of that feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it?
Ages and ages ago. Everything that's happened since we first met. So many fights, so much chaos, so many wonderful people.
If I hadn't run into you that day, well, I wouldn't have met all of you. I never would have held the blazing sword or looked for something more. I wouldn't have my memories back. I'd still be a faceless slave, and like as not long dead.
Hey, Alphen. I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
If we can't find the Renis Alma, there's something I want you to do. Like Heverick 35 said, the only way we can end the Great Spirit for good is to go after both the main body in Rena and the thorns in me. I need you to promise me, Alphen, that if for some reason we can't get the Renis Alma back, you'll use the Blazing Sword to destroy the Great Spirit, and me along with it.
Huh?
It's true the Blazing Sword may not have the strength of the Renis Alma. But it's taken us this far. It's slain lords and beasts. At the very least, it has to be worth a try.
You can't be serious. Have you forgotten everything that we've...
We don't know what's going to happen when we face it, but we need to be prepared for anything. We can't second-guess ourselves when the time comes. I promise you, I'm not planning on going anywhere. I'm prepared to fight with absolutely everything I've got. But if it comes down to it, I need you to be prepared too.
Okay. But you should know that I'm not going to give up on you, Xion. I'm going to fight this until the very... I hope you can forgive me for that.
Alphen, okay. I understand.
Thank you, Xion.
So it's a promise then?
Yeah, it's a promise.
My thorns made any contact a mistake no one would ever make twice. After they'd seen what could happen, fear would always linger behind their eyes. In my entire life, I never had someone willingly reach out to me. But when you reached out to me and gently took my hand, you didn't react at all. It was so easy for you. I don't have words for the shock I felt in that moment.
That's because I couldn't feel pain back then.
Even once you could, though, you still chose to keep reaching out to me. And when you did, I felt this warmth that I had never known before. But still, I hate having to see you suffer through it every time you do.
You won't have to worry about that for much longer.
You think so?
I do, because Shionne,
No. You can tell me once my thorns are gone. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody get enough rest? We ready for this?
Yeah, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. Can't stand around waiting all day.
Our task is relatively straightforward. We need only descend down to Rena, defeat the Great Spirit, and restore
We're fighting for a new future for both Dana and Rena.
Right.
Then let's go.
Repairs on...
Is that...
I can. I can see anywhere within the bounds of Dake Faisal.
Sounds like someone's a peeping Tom.
Maybe we should give Hevrecht 35 a break. It has been stuck in this tiny facility for a very, very long time.
I have unlocked all functions on your starship. You can now make...
Warp drive? Wait, you mean like what the Red Women used on us?
It's possible that the Red Women may have found a way to activate it on the starship. They are Helgang.
Using the warp drive, you should be able to breach Rena's atmosphere without...
Wait.
You'll need to be careful. Due to the force field surrounding Rena, the ship will be unable to go any further than the surface of the planet.
So, once we reach the shell, it appears we'll have to infiltrate the core by foot.
We gotta go all the way down just...
Will all the Helganquil go back to normal once we defeat the Great Spirit? I have a strange feeling we're going to have to fight them before this...
The extinction of my people is, as such, it would be illogical to risk the success.
Can't that thing lighten up a bit? Everything it says seems to be about what...
Well, come on, Doe.
Hold up.
You heard the lady. Get...
I have one last question.
What?
As Sovereign, your identification number indicates that you are well past your predicted life expectancy. Similarly, the Maiden lacks any identification number, as her function should have been rendered unnecessary. Despite this, the two of you continue to exist. Why?
We exist because others have entrusted this to us. Over the years, many people have come together and sworn to see this through to the end.
You mean it is because of multiple chance interactions? The likelihood of such events is statistical. Why have you two continued to persist under these conditions?
It's hard to explain. To be honest, I don't... All right, time to get back on the... All right.
It would appear that our Helganquil host really has fulfilled its end of the bargain.
You know what that means. Time to go to Rena.
I guess this means we should give that warp drive a spin.
There's nothing here. This weird ocean we're surrounded by just stretches out everywhere. Is this really where the Helganquil come from?
I don't sense even a trace of astral energy. This world is dead.
Then this must be the Hollow.
You mean to tell me this whole world?
And it's covering everything.
This is what the Great Spirit does. After it depleted this planet of every last speck of astral energy...
So arresting. This world of doom.
Back in its day, Rena was probably... But after being robbed of its astral energy for so long, those days are gone and past. This is all that will...
So the Great Spirit took everything. It stole energy not just from living beings, but the land, the sea...
And it bound the Helganquil in servitude, until their whole world was nothing but this. And by the looks of it, that's how it remains to this day.
With nothing left here to consume, the Great Spirit turned its sights on Dana. Look,
You're saying if we don't stop it, this is what Dana's...
We can be sure that even these few remaining remnants of Renan life will not be spared in the end.
If the oblivion and darkness both Shion and Naori saw comes to pass, it looks like we can climb down from there. Let's take a look.
So this... is Rena. This is where everything began.
Hey.
Yes.
Just great.
How's this?
Got it.
Hey!
yay!
All right.
Hey!
Is this about dinner last night? I didn't realize those ingredients were off.
What? No! I mean... Wait, you fed us rotten food?
Rinwell, the point.
Oh, yeah, right. So I was thinking about those armored soldiers we've seen. There are regular Renans inside them, right?
Yeah, they're designed to make whoever's wearing them stronger. At least,
Right. So it kind of begs the question then, why are they made so huge?
I don't know, makes them more intimidating, I guess? Or maybe all that tech wizardry inside takes up a lot of space.
You don't think it's weird how the armored soldiers are the exact same height as the Helganquil?
Can't say I'd ever noticed it till now. And?
Connect the dots!
Okay, let me get this straight. You think the armored suits might have originally been designed to allow Renans to work alongside the Helganquil?
Huh.
It would mean... just that, I guess. But still...
Not... hugely? Hey, Kisara, well, I've got you. What's on tonight's menu? Because I was thinking, maybe me...
Get him, Hootle.
Ow!
Oh, now you want to lick...
Ow! Ow! Ow!
I never realized before just how hot this place is.
You're only just noticing? Ah, yes, forgive me. The whole...
That's the one. It's hard to believe I once worked in this soup, let alone helped spearhead a revolution.
And all with the mask concealing your face. It must have been very grimy beneath that.
Back then, we had our plates full enough dealing with constant abuse from our Renan. It never occurred to me the air itself was oppressive in its own way. My head's spinning just with the effort.
I think that's called heat stroke. You might want to take a sip of water.
You mean that water that's been festering under the sun for days? I wouldn't chance it without boiling it first.
Oh, I know. I'll go to the dock and fetch us some clean water.
Water alone won't suffice. You'll need to ensure his sodium levels are replenished as well.
In that case, let's see if we can rustle up some rock salt. Alphen, you go cool off in the shade for a while. Xion, stay and keep an eye on him.
And then there were two.
Bit of an overreaction.
Maybe it's not the time, but this place brings back memories.
I know what you mean.
You don't ever regret meeting me sometimes, do you?
Are you kidding? You started all of this. Bringing down the wall, retrieving my sense of self. I have no regrets.
Oh.
You know, guys, when you think about it, we've taken out a lot of Zeugles.
You can say that again. If one thing's for certain in this world, it's that wherever we go, we'll always end up bumping into...
Isn't it weird that they're still so plentiful? You don't think the Renans have, like, a ranch where they breed them, do you?
Certainly in all of my years, I've never heard of them constructing such a massive facility on Dana, let alone up in Lenegis.
The only thing I can think of, then, is that the feral ones must be reproducing on their own.
There's also no organized effort on our part to hunt them down, so it's difficult to fully exterminate them.
Exterminate them? Whoa, don't you think that's maybe...
What do you mean?
Zeugles originally used to be living creatures native to Dana and Rena, right? Being genetically modified isn't their fault.
You're right. Zeugles were only created because of us Renans. We altered the original creatures to suit our own ends.
First, people made Zeugles, and then we let them go. And now we're trying to kill them because they're a threat. They really have only seen the very worst.
I hope we find a way to be able to live side by side with them one day.
It's a nice thought, but they attack towns and cities. What else are we supposed to...
Aside from the strays that have gone wild, it's worth remembering that Renans are able to keep them somewhat under control.
If we had distinct territories that didn't overlap, that might reduce the danger they pose.
Well, I guess when you look at it that way, maybe people and Zeugles...
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Yeah! Hey. Yeah! Just...
I guess... Thanks.
Huh? Well... All right. All right. I guess. Got it.
Look, Hootle! One of your buddies!
Hey, Alphen, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy! Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
Ow!
Hey.
Hey! Yes!
Right.
Sure.
I don't believe this. Ah!
Okay!
Great. Good.
Nice work.
Ah!
But this is...
Wow. This is
Yes.
Oh.
amazing.
Nice work. Very nice.
Thanks.
Yes.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
Hey.
Huh?
Yes. Oh.
Yay! What? Yeah!
Yes.
Yeah!
I think Hootle senses something.
We avoided getting roasted in that ring. But what we could really use is something to cap this off.
Sure. Got any ideas on what would be good?
Mabo curry. Fried bread stuffed with curry.
You'd probably buy out the whole stock.
Hoo-hoo. Hoo! Hoo-hoo-hoo. Hoo! Maybe something's going on in the forest.
I think the animals back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Why are you staring?
Shion, could we talk a moment?
I thought you had something to talk about. I was waiting on you.
Not really. Why? Should I?
No,
We used to really have to force these conversations when we started talking to each other.
to say the least. Hey,
What is it?
do you think you'd like to make something together?
Make what exactly?
Just, if you wanna... Just,
Huh?
what did you think?
No, it's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Well, do you recognize these ingredients?
This is...
So you remember? That's right. We're going to fix the very first meal. Although I remember it not being well received when we...
You still...
I'm just teasing. I picked this recipe because it's... Anyway.
I never thought we'd end up eating alone like this again. Just the two...
Yeah,
No, I'd say even that's changed too, in a sense.
true. We've both come quite a long way in the...
That's not exactly what I mean. How do I put it? It feels like eating together is a lot more enjoyable than it used to be.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Even after our battles are done. When Dana is saved and our mission is finished, we'll
Yep, I doubt that much will change. You've always...
I hope our dinners will always feel like this.
Maybe not exactly like this. Hopefully we won't...
Oh, no, not at all. I meant in a nice, warm house.
And real chairs instead of these logs? Nice plates and silverware on a big
And when it's time to fix dinner,
standing side...
Whoops. Looks like we made too much. I don't...
Yeah, you're right. I'll see if anybody else is still awake.
Side by...
I think it's time we go to sleep. Morning. Ready to head out?
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zoogle in that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zoogle pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zoogle's gone, right? So what does it matter? Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zoogle like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zoogle, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
That's no ordinary stray there.
We'd best stay out of it.
I have a bad feeling. About this.
Anything in armor is all mine! Now you bet that shell's hiding something tasty. Now or never.
Thunder!
Hit him where it hurts.
Incineration wave!
Hurricane!
Bananas, let's go!
Take this!
Inferno!
Lost my
Eat dirt!
Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Vanish without a trace!
Here I come!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Will this
Eat it!
Looks like you got this one. Don't give up! I'm just kidding!
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our plates.
Yes, ma'am.
Watch it! Arch requires complete focus! Flame of
Now we're never.
Ready, draw!
Can't get out of this.
Here's a healing arc! Razor first
I
aid!
really...
I'll bring you back from death to this! If it's in the sky, it's
Super
mine!
swallow dance!
Not in your dreams! I can handle it!
Not done yet.
Now I'm in the groove.
Healing
That's
water.
enough! Triple assault! Ready and rare!
Hurricane
I owe you, Theon. Healing is what
Stay
my
away
arts
from
do
my
best.
friend. Take this.
All mine can do is cause havoc and destruction.
First aid! I'll bring you back from death to this!
In a bind?
Dragon form.
An astral launch?
That's my cue.
First aid!
Shut him down.
This one's mine! Outstanding form!
I can carve through armor!
Holy
Here I
Land!
come.
Here's a healing
Watch
arc!
this!
First
Now
aid!
you does it!
Lunar Pearl!
Demon Fang.
Lunar Pearl!
Front.
Back into the
Bring
front!
it down.
Illuminated
No
dark!
further!
Annihilate! Holy Glimmer!
This one's mine.
Holy Land! Front!
Alex Sword.
Here, let me help!
Double demon
First
Fang.
aid! Supernova!
Blade.
Photon!
Nice work.
I'm just getting started!
Illuminated magic is out!
Now you see what I can do!
Mega Ray! Don't leave me!
You require a hand.
Healing
In a bind?
circle! Raging Star! I'll bring you back from death to this. What would I do without you? Illuminate the...
Thanks for the healing.
Watch yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too.
Here! Dance in the wind! Searing flame! I'm on it! First aid! Winds of heaven!
Inferno punch! I'm just getting started!
Lunar corruption field!
Now I'm in the groove!
Get on all there together!
Demon Fang. Double demon Fang.
You require a hand.
Now.
Where are you going? There you go! Don't let up! Take this!
Now you see what I can do!
Lunar blast!
Can't get out of this!
Alarm it! Coming through! Not on my watch! First aid!
It's one of the charges to me!
Blow away. It's time. Demon Fang. Eat dirt.
Lightning orb!
I'm on it!
Banana
Rip and
let's
tear!
go! Dance to the wind!
Mortal Blade.
Throbs in
Rising
pain.
Wyvern.
Denied!
You're on.
Armor won't save you!
Burning strike!
Rising Wyvern. Tear.
Chinese
Hurricane
Supernova!
Hurricane. Slice.
War with the rain! Here's a healing arc!
Eagle assault!
Light after
I've let you all down.
No
further.
Light after you get the gist. Thunder blast! Blah blah blah! Holy Land!
Not.
I'll heal you
Blow
all!
away.
Healing circle! Winds of heaven! First force! Radiant pierce! Here! Flame! Burn production! Chinese supernova!
Burn in hell.
Banana let's go!
Take this!
Bronze and red field! Not on my watch!
Soaring light
Where
spear.
are you going? Got it! Now's our chance! Magic is in! Far enough!
Demon Fang.
You get the gist! Too much to handle?
Armor won't save you!
Here I come.
Raging
Hurricane
storm!
Big Blast. Tear.
Annihilate! Photon!
Eat this!
Fire sword! Course in this flame! Sharp edge blast!
Eat dirt.
Photon blast! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy Glimmer! Holy Land! The magic is there! Burning strike! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon
You require a hand.
Take this!
by the Shooting star!
Armor won't
pay for
save
that.
you!
Blow away!
Arc steel!
Demon
Eagle
Fang!
assault!
Double kill!
Raging storm!
Rhythm
Celestial
tear!
lever!
That frickin' does it!
Eat dirt!
I'm ready!
Razor cyclone!
Far enough!
Celestial lever!
Come and get it! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! First struck!
Oh, violent guarding wind! Not on my watch! Dance in the wind! Air
Shattering
Rising
violent
Wiper!
pieces!
Soaring Light Spear!
In the groove!
Mirage!
In a
Winds of
bind!
heaven! First now!
Ridwell!
Demons descend!
Flashing bang!
Here's a healing arc!
First struck!
Blade!
I'm just getting started!
Inside me, yours!
Celestial lever!
All
Razor
back in
You
your
picked the
defense!
wrong fight!
Glad you had your use here! By the power
I'll
of
show
God!
you how
Right,
useful I
look
can
out!
be! Think again! Now you see what I can do!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer!
That'll bring you down! First strike! Think again! Ribbon tear!
Not on my watch!
Rising Wyvern! You may be strong, but I'll never back down!
There! I won't give up! Raging storm!
You're mine!
Sorry.
Here! Come on, guys. Just hang in there.
I don't intend to lose.
Right. We'll come back even stronger.
Healing surge!
Take this!
This should do it!
I'll bring you
Rising
back
Wyvern!
into the fray.
Any more of this and I'll burn out. Dragon Swarm!
Still got...
I can feel the medicine working.
Go! Got you!
Rising Wyvern!
Winds of heaven! First!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Seal! Resuscitation!
This can't be happening.
Stay away! Oh, my friend! You picked the wrong fight!
Far enough!
No further!
Thunderblade!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with resuscitation!
Thunder!
It's about to strike!
Incineration! Wait! Look, everyone!
Imbue this vanquished...
Try
Here!
harder!
Hold on to your art!
Imbue this
Here I come!
vanquished soul...
Take this!
From beyond,
Demon Fang!
imbue this vanquished soul with
Banana
love.
blast!
Our arts are being interrupted.
Holy land!
Mirage!
In a bind,
Dragon Swarm! Burn!
By the power of flame! Vanish without a trace!
Sword Ring Alpha!
Lightning
thrilling performance. they really think that... barrier was enough for a Zoogle like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really?
Did we really just spend that much money?
Huh?
It feels kind of surreal to make people...
I'll see you again tomorrow. It gets... a little tough to fight when I'm this full.
Yeah, but who knows when our next meal will be.
Indeed. Perhaps we should... look over the menu again.
How can you still be hungry?
So that's the Zoogle, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh crap!
I haven't... bad feeling about this.
I can bet that shell's hiding something tasty.
The flashing part's their weak point. Alright, it's showtime! Light astral! Magic is there! Hold on! Don't give up!
I can carve through them!
Red! The flames will roar! Burning strike! I'll heal you. Illuminate the dark! Illuminate the dark! Come forth, holy glimmer! Not on my watch! Here I go!
Amazing.
You require...
Demon Fang! Infernal Demon Fang! Come on, roll! Burn in hell!
Far beyond the darkest time!
Hurricane!
All upon thee! I'm ready!
Inferno Punch!
Come on, roll
Where
now!
are you going?
Demon
There you
Fang!
go!
Now you
Don't
see
let
what
up.
I can do!
Double Demon Fang!
No further!
Demon Fang!
Swallow Dance!
Destruct Death Blossom!
Searing Killing Storm!
Double Demon Fang!
More with
Demon
that
Fang!
from
Demon
Nothing
Fang!
gets by me!
Electric Shock!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Razor Cyclone!
Here I go!
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
The enemy rules are
We'll soon see about that! The flames will roar! Burning strike! Art expert coming through!
Stay away from my friend! You picked the wrong fight!
Talon's Hurricane!
Burn!
Now or never!
Thankful arrow!
In a vine!
Double Demon Fang!
Sorry.
Demon Fang!
Here, let me
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
That's gonna smart.
Searing Flip! Reload! Will this photon I can handle it! Light and far enough!
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our
Smash you! Yes, ma'am.
Light astral energy! The flames will roll!
Now or never. In a vine!
Eagle assault! Light astral energy! Holy land! Here's another! This one's mine! Here's another!
Let's tear it up!
Here I come!
Rip and tear! In a vine!
Try burn in hell!
Burning! Far beyond the darkest sky!
First strike! Sonic Blossom!
I'll smash you!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Burning strike!
Burn!
Not on my watch!
Inferno Punch!
A whirling struggle!
Talon Hurricane!
Winds of heaven!
Flash!
First floor!
Dragon Swarm!
Reload!
No further! You see what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
Annihilation! Mega Ray! Annihilation! Nano Ray!
Rising
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Eat this!
Will this help?
Talon
This one's all mine! Take this! Not today!
I won't give up!
You'll pay for that! Rising Falcon!
Hold on to your
Get out
arms!
of this!
Here I come!
Here I come!
Razor
Look!
Cyclone!
Anything in armor is all
Electric
mine!
Shock!
Demon Fang!
Death Blossom! Armor won't save you!
Demon Fang! No!
Searing Flip!
Super Swallow Dance!
Resuscitation! Will this help?
Talon Hunter!
That's gonna smart.
Light and
You require...
finish without a trace!
Take this!
The flames will roar! Burn it! The magic is there! Burning! Hold on to your heart! Here I come!
I'm on it!
Photon blast!
Here I go!
What's this?
Illuminate the dark! I'll bring you down!
Attack time!
Got it!
I'll smash you!
Never
Take
miss!
this!
Burning strike!
Sword Rain Alpha!
Super Swallow Dance!
Ray healing storm!
Rising Wyvern!
I don't know what I can tell you.
No further!
Perhaps now isn't the time.
I really don't.
I've let you all down.
Explosion! Celestial River! Burning Strike!
Ready to go! Denied!
Purge Malevolence! Arctic Water Ready!
Severing wind!
I hope this medicine
More
works
for
as
the
promised.
stockpile! First
Prepare
aid!
to be sealed! Thunder! No further! You're mine! Try harder! My turn! Here I come!
Anything in order
Dragon form! Thunder!
Healing Raging
I
Cascade!
really owe you one.
The flame carved through yours to be let free!
In here!
Not today!
Not my fight.
By the power of water!
Thunder!
Searing Flame! Reload!
Stardust! Rising Phoenix! Here I come!
Searing Flame!
Take
Reload!
this!
I'm out of
In a
ammo!
bind!
Within the sky, it's mine!
Leave the chargers to me! Far enough!
Doesn't taste
Do
like
it!
non-stop
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'll heal you all!
You're mine!
Healing Blow!
Bang! Okay, here I go.
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a concern, my dear.
Nope, that'd be silly.
It's over! Here comes something big!
Try to dodge!
Strong. Split it open.
Be my guest!
Can't get out of this.
Not today!
I can carve through armor.
Mega Ray! Annihilation!
Thunder!
Mega Ray! Don't leave me! That's quite, unique. Healing Purge Malevolence!
This should do it!
In here!
Why'd you heal me?
Stop you dying?
My astral energy! Let's go!
Far enough!
By the power of water! What? Here's a healing art! Purge Malevolence! Magic Exam! In here! Art requires complete focus!
Demon Fang!
The magic Exam! Burning Strike! One more time!
Demon Fang!
Here goes!
Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Flame of Fury! Light Astral!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Water, hear my call! The flames
Dragon
roar!
form!
Burning flame! The flames roar!
You!
Burning
Stay
strike!
away from my friend!
Photon
Take
hurricane!
this.
Burning strike!
Rising Wyvern!
Here's another!
I'm right behind you!
One last one!
In a bind.
It's about to
This should
strike!
do it! Take this! Look sharp! Everyone! Thunder Fang! Incineration Blade!
Go! Denied!
Rising
Who
Wyvern!
cares? I'll bring you home from
Spirits
death's
within the
abyss.
Sword Rain Alpha!
Awaken and
I can't hear you forever!
Try harder!
That's been a smart.
Can't move!
Loud magic! Burning strike! That'll bring you... Down.
They smite with slacking blade!
Here, let me help. First aid! Take care. I'll heal you all.
Armor won't save you!
I've healed
Healing
myself.
circle.
I'm in your... From beyond, imbued... I'm sorry to trouble you.
You do the same for me.
That helps.
Not done yet.
Ready to...
I can't...
Happening.
I couldn't make it in time.
Double demon bang!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with luck. It's in your hands now.
Anything in armor is all
I
mine!
was thinking. Searing flame, reload. Here, let me help. First aid. This can't be happening.
We've reached our destination.
Right!
Sax Leo Temple.
Hey, Law.
Yeah, I guess I got a little carried away. You think this is bad, you should...
Yeah, a word of advice. You might want to refrain from mentioning that stuff around girls. Ones without a military history especially.
Man, can you imagine Rinwell's face? She'd have a...
I meant in general, but... You sure...
Huh? Oh, you know,
Either that, or maybe some part of you is subconscious.
May the trials and tribulations of young romance...
romance? Like I'd be interested in that know-it-all tomboy. I'm more about mature women. Someone more like...
You know, I used to be a tomboy too when I was Rinwell's...
Look, it's not tomboys I have anything against. But come on.
Hey, I miss anything? What's all the fuss about? Thunderblade!
Ah! What the hell was...
A little birdie told me you were speaking about me.
From the looks of it.
It wouldn't be called this...
Hey, Shion. How are you?
That's a little out of the blue.
Sorry. It's just... I don't know. I'm just curious, I guess.
I suppose you're right. Well, to tell you the truth, if he'd been the way he is now back when I'd first met him, but then, if we hadn't met like we did, then I never would have experienced these feelings.
I can imagine...
Because of...
Alphen's still alive. And after all, who can say what the future holds? I think if I...
Besides...
That's true. But I do remember back when we first met.
But that was a long time ago. There were lots of things I didn't understand back then.
Don't worry, I'm only teasing. And you're right.
I'll say, cooking it, and if it's someone's favorite dish, all the better. If there's something on your mind that you want to tell him, why not try appealing to...
You might just have a point.
Uh-oh. If it's Alphen's palate you're appealing to...
Well,
Even after staying here, we never truly got to the bottom of what makes this realm...
Renan and Danon are meaningless distinctions here. To have one's own mind is strictly forbidden.
Oh, that might be the case now, but it can't always have been like that. There must have been something more.
once, maybe.
If it's not, we'll just...
You're right. It's time the people here had the chance to forge their own path. That's not to say it'll be easy, but it will be worthwhile.
These things take time to... What the...
Sorry. Sorry. There was a huge flying bug and I sort of shot without...
A bug?
Something tells me she would have shot it, whether it was...
This realm is teeming with humid forests. It's only natural insects would feel more at home here. In fact...
Sounds like they're tougher than they...
What about you, Alphen?
I wouldn't say I was their #1 fan. Mind you, if times get desperate enough, I've been...
Insects as a culinary option, you say? What kind of seasoning are we talking?
Dohalim.
Hey, Elizabeth!
That was quite the little adventure. We went on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Just great.
Cheers!
Cheers! What? Nice try, you two.
Never.
Wait. Something...
I couldn't catch it.
Oh no. This is just like what happened before. Alphen!
I'm alone.
What can I do to get her to snap out of it? There aren't any thorns this time.
Alphen?
Shion, you're not alone. You've got all of us. And it wasn't just one bouquet either. There's also this one, so please, we'll fight this together. Shion!
You dummy! That's not what I was upset about. How many times do I need to tell you not to blindly rush into things? That said, it does make me feel better. Even if your bouquet is just a weapon named after one.
I'm just glad I could help. And I made another one to go with you.
You never cease to...
Feeling better now, Shion?
I'm sorry I lost my cool like that.
Don't worry.
like I have any room for criticism.
Being a grown-up isn't easy, is it?
Yes.
Excuse me!
Hey!
Really now?
What?
I see.
Very nice.
Dohalim? The line of is getting longer.
Perhaps I should have put more thought into this before accepting.
Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menancia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we visited.
Definitely. Your country is beautiful.
You do me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess native or not, that doesn't change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shion's decision to revolt, the Dahnan uprising in Calaglia, the crown contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time. The fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on our own steam. It's our responsibility.
Did Law just utter a pearl of...
I do think about things, you know. Just, what do you take me for?
Honestly? I always sort of pegged you as... a likable dolt?
What the hell makes me a dolt, you...
I mean, she did say he was a likable dolt, didn't...
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolt.
Hey, Kisara. What's your secret for putting up with Dohalim?
Secret? Oh, I don't think it's as
Could have had me fooled. Anyone who waxes lyrical on the aesthetic qualities of cactus thorns is a step too far.
And those poetic flourishes he sneaks into regular conversation? How am I supposed to react?
He likes the sound of his own voice, that's for sure. I say let him have his fun. No need to try and understand anything he says.
Has he always been like...
He didn't seem as on edge all the time back in Menancia. Though he was my superior back then. So who's to say what I didn't see?
The Lord of Cislodia hid in plain sight while a crony posing as him carried out all his business. What if the lord we met in Vicente was really...
An imposter? Dohalim? Hardly. Like it or not, that's him all right. In all his flamboyant, circumloquacious...
I'd like to see someone try to impersonate that.
Come to think of it, what with being a lord and all, he's probably never had anyone to speak to.
It wouldn't surprise me.
A little
Like this should be easy.
I'm like bait to them. Ready up, Airborne.
This is where the light fell? What's with this tower? Is it a Dahnan relic?
No idea. But the astral energy is getting stronger here. The light's definitely in this area. Even if it is an agent from Lenegis, I'll blow them away with my astral arts. It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Not today! Can't get out of this! I'm just getting started!
Hold on to your arms!
Dragon
Here
form!
I come!
First right up! Thunder! Severing wind!
Reload!
See what happened there is
ensnaring to me.
Yeah! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off. Rising Falcon!
It's time! Did you see?
Sure did. You were checking out Kisara from behind.
What? No, I wasn't! Is someone being attacked?
We have to save them! I won't let them get hurt!
This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist.
I never miss. I'm ready.
Take this!
Spirits within the soil.
Awaken and wreak havoc!
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Here's evil.
Masterful dash!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Down on the ground!
Radiant flare.
I
Outstanding form!
Incineration wave!
That'll bring you down!
Can you take
The
it?
flames will roar!
Soaring blast!
Radiant
Lightning
power
core
blast
through
air!
armor! I'll face degree
Leave
of
the
the charge
charge
for
for
you!
you.
Denied!
Air thrust!
Bloody howling!
Winds of heaven! Here's a do it! Kitara, frozen!
Hammer!
I'll heal
Think
you
again.
all!
Take this!
Now we're not
Heal!
down on the
Down
ground!
to the healing
In a
circle!
bind?
In here! Bloody!
This debt shall not be
Eat dirt.
forgotten.
Not in your dreams!
I owe you one.
Lunar collision! Now!
Leading pile driver! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Crap!
Well,
Why you?
Why, you? I guess...
yeah.
Damn.
We've reached our destination.
Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go. Oh. Oh.
Ow! Hey, Alfred, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles.
That turned out good.
Looks like... We made it here in one piece. Look. Looks like we made it here in one piece.
enough!
Stars of
Radiant!
Eat
this! Shattering of pieces! Attack time! Rising Phoenix!
I can carve through armor! I'm on a roll now!
The waters of creation.
Here I go!
Finish it!
Take this!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
We are!
Undefeatable!
This will be a delicious piece of cake. Here I go.
Can't get out of this!
Thunder! First strike! Incineration
I
Blade!
need super eat dirt.
Steel!
Annihilation. This one's mine.
Thunder!
Far enough! I'm on it!
Incineration
You
Blade!
hear it now? Shattering of pieces! Attack time!
Lunar Corona.
Almost! Too slow!
Art Seal.
Watch this!
Here, let me help.
Inferno time!
Oh, darling, I owe you, Xion.
Healing is what my art can do.
All mine.
In an instant!
Impact block! Too slow!
I'll heal you all. Thunder Field.
Dragon! No further!
I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Will this help?
I'm on it.
Now.
Onward and upward.
We should be able to cook here.
Stairs. Which way do we go?
I say up. I sense presences below us, but not as large.
Up it is, then. It's just steps upon steps. Why would someone build this?
Not to live in, I'm guessing.
Right? It would take someone real kooky to build all this.
Right. This astral energy is incredible.
It's so thick here. Even we...